Of course it's in a big dark cave with bones and fleshy shit hanging outside. Of course! Why not? Why the fuck not? It wouldn't be in there. Let me guess. Spiders? No webbing yet.
Better have a look around. See
Oh.
about the hawk clumps and the box of letters.
A lot of thorns. What the fuck?
Revelio. That's all the hawk clumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Confringo.
Oh, it's that black shit.
Lumos.
Yeah, the vines that attack you.
Incendio.
God damn it, I keep forgetting I don't have space. Do I have anything that's green that needs to be deleted? Plenty of green shit to delete.
Lumos. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
Of course there's a troll.
Or avoid it altogether.
Oh, that broke my defense! Ow.
Arresto momentum. Confringo. Glacius. Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Glacius. Confringo. Defender.
Is he like stuck? I think he's stuck. He's not. He's stuck on the post. He can't move.
Incendio.
Oh, that got him out of it.
Incendio. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Potato. Defender. Glacius. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Defender. Glacius. Levioso. Incendio. Confringo.
There we go.
Rest easy, my large friend.
Troll buggers? Troll buggies?
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. This must be Sorona's box of letters.
Dear Miss Sprottle, Mother and Father were delighted to hear that you and I had spent an afternoon at Clayridge's last Saturday. Truth be told, I think my mother was ever so slightly envious. I shan't soon forget how heartily and laughed at any efforts to lace the bodice of my new dress. A challenge indeed, as is the rather delicate practice of properly situating a hat pinned without wounding either my hat or my head. But I adore everything that we selected, and I have you to thank for now feeling like a marvelous fashionable witch. I was also a treat to dine at the Three Broomsticks without having to clear the tables. I shall own a place like that one day, mark my words. I consider myself more than lucky that you and Mr. Sprottle agree to let me stay. I know that my parents feel precisely the same way. Yours gratefully, Serona. My dear Serona, I sent a note separating to dear Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle for their hospitality, but felt the need to put quail to parchment with my thanks to you as well. What a lovely respite from the castle. I won't soon forget how we giggle about the ridiculous gnome. Did he truly believe that he was singing. And Miss Brottle's steak and kidney pie was simply glorious. I shall be dreaming of it for days. I so appreciate you including me. I fear I must warn you, however, that this does not mean I will go easy on you in the next week's match. You know the Ravenclaw is no match for all the Slytherin this year. Most gratefully yours, Philanopsia. Dear Serena, I conjured this wee gift for you as a token of my gratitude. If you haven't stood your ground on my behalf during the Quidditch practice last week, I might have left the team altogether. And now we've won the Quidditch Cup. Ravenclaw House would not be the same without you. Yours sincerely, Scene. Oh, this is a long one. Dear Serona, when I arrived here, I had a troubled sense that in many ways I wasn't like the other first years. I confess I worried that Hogwarts Night not have been the proper place for me, and pondered sending an owl to my parents, asking them to fetch me almost before the first week of class had ended. How did you know? I presume you're not secretly a Legimites? Legilimens? I don't know what that is. But I wonder that you seem to know my thoughts better than myself. That day in the Three Broomsticks, when you spotted my huddled in a corner, staring blankly into the untouched butter beer and an empty bit of parchment, my quill dipping ink woefully into the floor, and you came to sit with me. Well, I shall never forget it. I recall a sudden sense of relief, as if someone had cast a levitation charm on me. When you told me about how nervous you'd been to come to Hogwarts, I looked at you, and it seemed beyond my imagination to think of you as anything but a confident, contented witch setting before me. In the days that followed, I marveled at how you charmed in a non-magical sense. I mean, everyone around you without an apology, embracing who you were and who they were. It was as though the candle had flickered on me. I realized that I could choose the path as well. Now that my school years are ending, the frightened first year which I have been seems worlds away. And I know it's because of you saw yourself in that despairing creature in the corner of the pub, and so generously extended yourself to her. Yours sincerely, Mirabelle. P.S. Please tell Miss Sprottle that I still plan on visiting her and Mr. Sprottle whenever I can, for their delightful conversation, and I am unashamed to admit it, her incomparable cauldron cakes. Aw, that's really sweet.
Revelio.
Hmm. A lot of unique plants in this little area. Let's go turn in those letters. Dear Serena, happy birthday, my darling friend. I sneaked into the kitchens and asked Frankie to make your favorite. Clean cream crowdy. She was delighted to oblige. Not sure where she got the raspberries at this time of year. Genius. Genius that Frankie. Bess.
I think that's everything. I was able to harvest some hawk lumps for you, and I found Sorona's box of letters.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion. And Serona will be delighted to have those letters. How kind of you. Now you be careful heading back to Hogsmeade.
Good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk lumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard, I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through... well, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Your owl?
Thank you for coming. You see, my Uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me, Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide.
Alright. Sneaking into this place so far.
This is the spot on the map. I'd best have my wits about me. What went on here, I wonder?
There you go.
Someone's here.
You ain't telling nobody. How did he even know? I petrified two of them and he came running. Oh, there's a troll here too. He must be in here. If I can sneak in without...
Revelio.
What was that? Even though I'm not alone. It's punishment to us all to have that miserable human around.
Nothing over here.
What?
I won't rest until you're dead. Bring me a dozen humans to battle. I'll take them all. Run the other way when they see me, humans do. Every time. Wait a moment. You will regret.
Ah, shit. Well,
Expelliarmus. Accio. Incendio.
I will make you.
It looks as though Adelaide's instincts were spot on. Revelio. Aloha Mora.
come on. Where's the sweet spots? What? There we go.
Revelio. Trigus Totalis. Your blood's on Ranrock's hands. Revenue.
The collapse wall.
Incendio. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio.
A human's word is worthless. This prisoner owes us the metal we were promised.
Only following orders. Leave your accusations to someone else.
Revenue.
Didn't even have to fight them. Nothing in here?
Revelio. I wonder if Adelaide's uncle could be down there.
Why, it's a grappling bar. I say let him rot in the cage. He'll soon regret not